It's summer. Feels a little chilly to me. Awesome. Well, we've got a great day ahead of us, and so we want to kind of jump right into it. First off, we have Silverback, who is here and has brought lunch, thankfully, as well, and want to give him a few minutes just to tell us a little bit about him, his company, and anything specific we should know. So let's give Josh a warm welcome. There you go.
I know warranty. Is this on? Hello? I know warranties is a thrilling subject. Well, I'm Josh Cavalier with Silverback Home Warranty. It's great to be with you guys. I've been here many times. Who's heard me talk before? Show of hands. Wow, you got some people that haven't heard me. Great. Well, I want to talk about a few things. We've got some new coverages coming out in July, which I think you all will be interested in. As a background on what we offer free listing coverage. So if you're listing a property, make sure that you're getting listing coverage on that. Again, it's free. Our coverage is actually increasing in July from $1,000 to $1,500 on that free listing coverage. So this coming month, we will be increasing that. We also have 3 buyer plans. So the little flyer that you have there has our 3 plans, the $400, $500, and $600. Starting July 1st, we've had many requests, so we will be offering sprinkler coverage within that top $600 plan. So we will not be increasing that price point in order to include that coverage. In the top plan, they'll still get the free rekey as well. So value add there to your clients. They can rekey their house, plus they get sprinkler coverage. So that will be starting July 1st. And then we also do multifamily properties, duplex, triplex, fourplex. If people live in it, we can cover it. So if you have an investor that's even doing a commercial property, 5 or more units, we can help out there. And I wanted to also mention our brand for brand coverage, specifically on refrigerators. So some of you may sell homes here in the Valley as well that have higher end appliances, but specifically in Summit County and Park City, we run into it a lot where people have Wolf appliances, these high end refrigerators. And so our warranty policy covers $1,200 on a refrigerator. We now have an a la carte option as well that they can add on to the policy, which will be $5,000 in coverage brand for brand on their refrigerator. Which will go a long way to covering if they have like a Wolf appliance refrigerator. So we've had a lot of people requesting that. So brand for brand will also be starting July 1st. The last thing I'll share, because I know everybody's here, not for me, but for our presenter. I've been reading this book. Anybody read Think and Grow Rich? Yeah, awesome book. Riches do not respond to wishes. They respond to desires or plans backed by desires. So as you guys are going throughout your days, don't wish for riches, create a plan, go after it, lead with faith. And I'd love to be part of that process, whether that's going door knocking with you. I love door knocking with agents, teach you how to do that. Social media, lead generation, whatever it is that we can do to support. We'd love to help out. Thanks so much. That's all I got. Here we go.
Awesome. Show me our next. Yeah, we'll keep going. So we've got, thank you very much, Josh. We've got a couple of introductions we want to do real quick. One from Real Advantage, another from Intralend. Liz, do you want to come up here real quick? Tell us who you are, what we need to know, and then move forward from there.
Hi, my name is Liz Adams. I'm the new business developer up at Real Advantage. If you guys haven't met me yet, I'll be around. I'll come say hi. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I have a background in entrepreneurship like you guys and business development with other companies. So I'm here to be a teammate for you guys, and you guys will help me learn how to be that for you because each of you run your businesses differently. So here to help out. And with our market going kind of crazy right now, Marcel has some good title tips for you guys and some things to look out for in your business. Oh,
yeah, so a tip that our underwriters have been warning us about, and then we actually had come through our office. So the lesson today is on social media, right? You're putting yourself out there. So now you're out there for more buyers and sellers. So we had a seller reach one of our clients, an agent, had a piece of ground in Utah County that wanted to sell it quick. And it was a little bit below market value, but they wanted no negotiation. They wanted to sell it quick. So we got the file, started working on it. We started doing our checks. We have some software we kind of check because the seller was out of state. And we did some checks and the picture on the ID matched, but the other information did not. So as we're working with this seller, they were getting very upset with us, saying we weren't doing our job. We were kind of jumping through too many hoops. Anyway, so we did a Google search and come to find out we found the actual owner of the property, made a contact this person, and they were not selling. And so just kind of red flags. If you get, we all want business, but you get someone out there who's very eager or whatnot, some red flags, just kind of be mindful of that. So that's it for the day.
Excellent. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. And Tennille, you want to come up here real quick? Tennille is here with Intralend.
Good morning, guys. Just a real quick, can you guys hear me? I talk a little bit loud, so that's okay. I am just barely starting, actually. So my first day was just yesterday, so I'm really excited to be here. I'm the new financial manager. I'm actually going to be here in this office pretty much all the time. So you guys will definitely see me around. You'll see me coming by and saying hi every once in a while. And, just stopping and talk. A little bit about me. I have over 10 years of experience in the mortgage industry, all the way from origination, underwriting, processing, all the way through to sales managing, and branch managing. So I've kind of run the gamut on it, but the mortgage industry has kind of gone a little south over the last year or so. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I'm excited to be here with you guys. The one thing that I did want to bring about you, I did want to talk a little bit about the advantages to having a loan officer actually into your open houses. How many of you guys still do open houses, like physical open houses? Now that COVID's no longer, right? Well, I just wanted to, do you ever have a lender that actually comes with you to your open houses? Do you? Well, just to give you a couple of tips and stuff on how on some of the advantages of having a lender actually come out there with you. We can actually do loan consultations right up front, so it'll be a little bit easier to get people qualified. Most buyers, when they're coming into a home, they're looking for two different things, whether they not like the house and if they can afford it. And so the home is there. Whether they can afford it would be nice for them to not have to leave without having that question at least semi-answered. So if you are ever interested in having a lender come with you to your open houses, I am 100% available. I would love to be able to come with you and to be able to answer questions. My office is upstairs on the 3rd floor. So if you guys are interested in stopping by and saying hi, that would be great. And it's nice to be here. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. Thank you, Tennille. All right, just want to let you guys know, we have, some of you guys may have already heard about this. This is so sad.
I grew up with her, with his sister, with my roommate. So,
Oh,
yeah, I know.
do you want to tell us what happened?
I don't know all the details, but sorry, I might cry. I'm sorry. He was a realtor at the Westfield office and a new father, just has 2 kids. And he just didn't wake up. So I heard that he was a little bit sick off and on, but nothing that was ever diagnosed, but 33 years old, young, and one of Keller Williams in the Westfield office. So yeah.
Yeah, very sad. And we are, as a KW family, we're just looking for any you know, if you guys have the heart or the thought to want to do a quick donation or something, everything will go straight to the, is it Smythe? Is that how you pronounce it? Smythe family. And the QR code is right down there. Honestly, every little bit helps. And if nothing else, it is a reminder of, you know, life is fragile. And sometimes we hope these wake up calls don't hit too close to home. So hopefully we can learn and use some of these that are around us. And when they are close to home, then it is a lot easier to find in ourselves to help out in different ways. And in something like this, where he was a very influential and well-known, respected, great guy there at the Orem office. He's the the financial bearer of the family. So every little bit will help with them. If you are willing, you know, 5, 10, 25, $100, whatever makes sense for you there. There's the donate link here. And we put this on our Facebook page too. So if for some reason you don't see it on here, or if it's hard to see on your phone, then you can find that on our internal Facebook page. As a reminder, we've got the client appreciation event coming up. This is Monday the 26th, so it's right around the corner. And we need to get your final numbers in for how many people and how many tickets you want to invite. The deadline, do you have the deadline on top of your mind?
Yeah, it's, well, technically the deadline was yesterday, the 12th, but as long as we have tickets, they'll sell them.
Okay.
So I don't know what the count is for both offices yet, but I know that our office had over 1,000 last week, and that number's growing. So the sooner the better.
Yep. Sooner the better before they sell out. So thank you for that. A reminder, it's a great resource, a great way to connect with your clients. We've talked a lot about this in the past weeks and in emails, reminders. We won't go in depth on it today, just as a reminder there. And one last thing before we get into our main event, Aaron, what do we know about something fun?
So in July, the dates will be posted on Facebook, Instagram. There should have been an email that was sent out already, but we're organizing a softball tournament within our market center. And so if you want to join, go ahead and fill out the link that will be posted on Instagram and Facebook. And if you don't necessarily want to run, get dirty, and play softball, but you still want to be a part of it, you can join a team and just be a part of it. You don't have to necessarily play. We would want all of you guys to join because it'll be a great opportunity to get to know agents you might not be able to see and meet that often, just because some agents might work from home or come into the market center or not. It'll be a great opportunity to just kind of come together, as well as in September. Again, these softball dates will be in July. The location of the field that we'll be playing at will be announced here shortly. And then as well in September, the winner of this little tournament will be playing the Salt Lake Market Center with Lee Stern. And so it'll be really fun, a good opportunity to get your competitive nature out there. But yeah, please sign up. It'll be fun.
Awesome. Yep, Lee, they're putting together their A team over there in the Salt Lake office. And so we're excited to be able to play. Who played last year? Anyone here? We've got a few people. And what is the skill level required? It's exactly. Just come with a smile. That's the skill level. We want to keep it happy, keep it light, have fun. And yes, we will keep score so that we can have a team to go and play the Salt Lake office. At the same time, we want it to be fun. That's the primary reason. So if you're not good at softball, don't let that be a deterrent. Okay. So come sign up, get with Aaron, make sure you're on the list so that we can get all the teams divided up. So without further ado, we've got Steve Black here. He's here from Florida, flown in, and he is committed to help us know how we can kill it the second half of the year. So let's give him a warm welcome.
Hi. Thank you
No,
so
this
much,
one?
Tyler.
Or
Not
handheld?
with that, I
This
think.
is gonna be for the-
All right. First bit of advice, when you have a speaker, hold your applause to the end. That way you make sure you like what you get, right? All right. Let me get to know you. Who's been in the real estate business 5 years or more? Could I see a raise of hands? All right, some veterans in the room. Anybody less than 5 years? Let me see a raise of hands. Anybody so new you haven't earned a commission yet? Wow, welcome to the highest paid hard work, lowest paid easy work you could find. There's no ceiling, there's no floor, but you know, it's a business where 20% of the people make 80% of the money, or at least that's how it was. I saw the recent stats and it's more like 11% of people are making 90% of the money. And the good news is a lot of them work with the Keller Williams groups around the country. So today I'm going to share with you what all the top agents are doing to be successful. The two speakers that are up here before me mentioned social media. I'm the #1 expert in the world teaching Keller Williams agents and other agents how to leverage the systems that you have in place to build your brand, be more productive through artificial intelligence, chat GPT, and build and get your message out on social media. So take good notes. We're going to go fast. Everybody should have a worksheet. If you don't have a worksheet, raise your hand and we'll have one delivered to you. Take notes. If you need a pen, raise your hand. We might have a couple people, Aaron, that need pens, maybe 3. All right. So go ahead and circle my phone number at the bottom of the page. If you need anything, including the list of pictures I'm going to show you in a few minutes, my number is 407-790-1141. That's 407-790-1141. I actually live in the Tampa, St. Pete area. Who's ever been out in Tampa area? Okay, you guys, Aaron was telling me I love that area. You need to go out the country to have a nice beach vacation. We have some of the best beaches along the Gulf Coast. So now you have a friend in Florida. Everybody write down my social media handle. This is going to be our first lesson of the day. Everybody write down at Steve. Hold on. At Steve Black Speaker. At Steve Black Speaker. And if you want to find me on Facebook, you want to find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, where I'm not active, and I'll talk about that. It's all the same. It's Steve Black Speaker. I own the website, steveblackspeaker.com. When people email me, it's steve@steveblackspeaker.com. It's not, you know, cool speaker guy at Yahoo. Right? You got to have branding behind everything you do. So that's your first lesson of the day. Write that down. In the next 7 days, change your handles to be all the same across the networks. You set your stuff up before you're in real estate. So, you know, it was Utah Mom 72. Now it's got to be something that's first name, last name, realtor. What are people Googling? You want to be found, right? You're putting all this work into putting stuff out there. They're Googling you from California. They're Googling you because somebody said that you're awesome. Even if you're referred, who of these people are going to research you? Could I see a raise of hands? Well, for the rest of you, I'm leading you in the right direction, okay? So anyways, this is just like the basics of where you get started, okay? So everybody, go to the gray box here. Let's write down a goal. Put down how much money do you want to make in the next 12 months? What's your goal? She's texting. Put down how much money do you want to make in the next year? Gross commissions, 150,000, 250, 350, 500. I've got a lady in my I run the business and social media success series. I got a lady right here in this city, right in American Fork, did 138 transactions last year. So, you know, if people are doing better than you, you just got to ask, what are they doing differently? Everybody put down a 5-year goal. In the next 5 years, how much money do you want to make cumulatively? $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. What's a good high realistic goal? If you were focused, if you were using your database like it should, if you're doing, you know, touching your clients, you know, 30 times a year, what would it look like? What do the top people make? Put down 2 90-day goals. First 90-day goal, how many listings are you going to take in the next 3 months? 2 a month would be 6, 3 a month would be 9, 4 a month would be 12. I've got agents that call me crying if they're not doing 2 listings a week, but they're hard on themselves. They're in it to win it. All right, put down another goal if you would. How much money do you want to make over the next, or what's your volume going to look like over the next 90 days? So if you sell 2 $500,000 homes a month, it's 3 million. Sell three $500,000 properties a month, it's 4.5 million. It's a lot of money on the table if you're good. And if you're not good, it's hard to make money. Higher skills equals higher income. Who would agree with that? Could I see a raise of hands? Right, the sales guys don't care whether you're old, young, man, woman. They care. Do you have a good work ethic? Are you knowledgeable? And ultimately, do you have marketing skills to market yourself? And in this market, market properties. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you didn't need to market properties. You just put a sign in it. Now you're 90 days away from it expiring. Do you know what to do? You got to learn this. So everybody, I'm going to give you 5 things to write down, and we're going to go through these quick. By the way, I'm curious, who set a goal to do better than they're doing? Could I see a raise of hands? Who's looking to do about the same? Who's looking to do worse? Who's busy texting? Okay. If you're looking to do better, you've got to be willing to do things different. You got to be coachable. You got to be an action taker. Who put your hands like this? I want 100% participation. There's only 2 choices. So if you put the left thumb over the right thumb, please stand up. If you put the left thumb over the right thumb, please stand up. Wow, almost everybody in the room. Everybody look around. Our research shows you're more intelligent than the average person. Make some noise. Thank you. All right, have a seat. If you put the right over left, please stand up. Always lose a few at this point. Just 3 of you. This is really, 4 of you. This is really strange. What's your name? Chris, our research shows you're the sexy people in the room. All right, Chris, like I knew that. All right, have a seat. All right, everybody put your hands back together and flip your thumbs around. How's that feel? Weird, strange, different. You feel sexier, right? Anytime you try to do something different, it's going to feel awkward. Like the first time you do a reel where you're talking to the camera, you're doing your monthly market update, things you see other agents doing and it's working, but you're like, I don't like the way I look or sound on camera. Anybody other than me doesn't like the way they look or sound on camera, right? You're your own worst critic. And then you do it and you're like, it wasn't so bad. And it's the first time in 10 years, somebody taps you on the shoulder at the supermarket and asks you a real estate question. So I got to take you from here to here, and I could do that. I have 3,300 students I'm working with right now. About 900 of them are with Keller Williams from Miami to Seattle. So write these 5 things down. Here's what we're going to talk about today. And if you like what I do today, I'm going to take maybe 8 of you into my program at 90% off. Write down number 1. We got to talk about personal branding. You got to build a brand that's unforgettable so that you stick out from the other 10 agents that every homeowner knows. Who would agree that homeowners know a lot of people that are in real estate? Right? How are you going to, and they're probably related to a couple of them. How are you going to stand out? You're going to find a niche. Write that down next to number 1, personal branding. Just a little side note. Well, what do you mean? I want to sell to everybody. You're going to still sell to everybody, but you're going to be known for something. Maybe you're the person that really understands real estate investment. You have a passion for flipping houses. You're an investor yourself. Well, what if you got connected with other people that were investors? Like, how'd you do that? Can you explain it to me? What's it mean, cash on cash? And what's a 1031? If you're putting out content, you attract those people in your life, and you're going to really have fun in this business. Maybe you like dealing with people that are relocating here, first-time home buyers, right? You just love the fact that you can take people from paying too much in rent to owning their own property. But you got to figure out what your niche is, okay? Number 2, social media. You got to know where to play the game. And for some of you, it might not be where you're playing. Okay, we'll talk about that. Number 3, video marketing. Whether it's reels, whether it's live video, whether it's long form, short form. If I had to tell you what you're going to need to do more of moving forward, it's just more and more video. So you got to learn how to push the buttons. You got to learn the topics to talk about. Got to learn how to get it seen by, 10,000 people instead of 200 people. Number 4, quality content on a consistent basis. Underline the word consistent. You think most agents are like really consistent with their plan, or they're like wildly inconsistent, like they do it when they feel like it? The latter, right? I had one lady the other day, she signs up for my social media success series. I said, why are you signing up? She goes, it happened to me. I go, what happened? She goes, I'm an 8-year veteran. I ran into a client from about 6 years ago who was shocked to see me. I said, what do you mean? She goes, she heard I died during COVID. I had that look. I was like, she goes, Steve, that's not the horrible part. The horrible part is she just sold her house for $580 and bought one for $750. I go, that is horrible. How much that cost you? She goes, over 15 grand.
Oof.
I go, why didn't they look you up? She goes, they did. I'm the one that hasn't posted on my business page in 2 years. They thought I was dead.
Oh, God.
Right. So don't let that happen to you. She goes, I'm not going to do everything you teach me, but I know if I just was more consistent, I'm gonna have my daughter help me. She's going to use your social media calendar. She's going to use your templates. And we're going to get this thing going. I go, great plan. And number 5, sales and communication skills. I've been training agents since 1994. So I've been training agents for about 30 years. You know, social media came out, you know, about 13 years ago. So if you do the math, I was training people on how to communicate, how to negotiate, how to sell a long time before that. And I'm going to give you some scripts, drop some words on you today that could put you in a new tax bracket. So
Oof.
let's start with Facebook. Where sounds coming from? All right, let's start. I'm going to take you inside a couple of the modules that you would have access to in the social media success series. And feel free to dim the lights up here if that makes a difference so they can see better. But at the core of this, I mentioned it earlier, find a niche. Make sure they all can hear me online. I have the mic on here. So, you know, this gal here, she focuses on the senior market. I taught her, this is her Facebook business page. I think if you look at her business page, as a senior, you're like, I found the right person. Is there a connect or a disconnect? Right? Maybe it's a connect because of the picture there. Maybe it's a connect because, you know, she went out and got certified. You know, those little certifications you get where it's a reload specialist, in her case, senior specialist. She's putting out content that I taught her to find on Senior Living magazines, ARP. Basically taught her the process of the person she was paying $300 a month to. I taught her the process. I said, you don't need to pay her $300 a month. Let me show you what you want to do. And I go, the most effective strategy isn't just repost that content because that you're going to take them off your page like the person was doing. It's do a video talking about those topics, whether it's Medicare deadlines, the senior health fair, etc. I taught her to connect up with other people in her local community that also serve senior needs, like the GM of the assisted living facility, like this lady that does senior travels. They have breakfast together once a month. She gets 3 leads a minimum a year from each of the 12 people. That's 36 deals before she invests her first dollar in marketing. Does that make sense? You're looking at me like, Steve, I hate old people. Well, you don't have to be the senior specialist. Maybe you want to be the luxury specialist. But you know, the higher you go on the food chain, the more competitive it gets. You know, I have a client up in Park City. Him and his team did 300 million last year. His average purchase price is like 5 million. But, you know, I'm working with him on the strategies to separate him from the competition. One strategy is going to be giving a percentage of every commission back to the charity of the client's choice. You need to be known for something. He's known as the guy that sells $5 million homes and he gives back. This gal here, Keller Williams up in Ohio. This is Teresa. This is her team. She says, Steve, I want to serve the luxury market. I go, nothing in your branding looks luxury to me. First thing I had her do was get together with a photographer and take a bunch of pictures. It's a brand new agent out of Houston. Her Facebook business page, her LinkedIn looks the same. Does she look like a brand new agent? And that's your goal. You don't want people saying how long you've been in business. They like to be like, I really like what I saw online. You're like, well, if you like that, imagine what I'm going to be able to do to sell your house for the most money in the least time. But you can give yourself a huge edge just by making your stuff look great. And I no offense to anybody, but when my team looked you guys up, this isn't what we were seeing in a lot of cases. Over probably 8 out of 10 of you don't have your contact info on your covers. Write that down. Always have your contact info. Have a collage that tells the story of who you are, what you do, and where you do it. What market you serve. See, she's a veteran. She has that military designation. She's in the Air Force, but she's also serving the luxury market in her area. This agent out of Keller Williams agent out of California, again, I think it tells a great story. Who's got a branded hashtag they use with every social post that's unique to you? You're the only human on the planet using it. What's your first and last name? Tina Hansen. You got a common name too. So write this down. Tina Hansen sells UT. Or if nobody was using it, we go with Tina Hansen Realtor. If somebody's using that, we'll go with Tina Hansen UT Realtor. Your handle, your branded hashtag, everything's in line. We get you to buy the website, a domain called tinahansenrealtor.com. You're not setting up a new website, you're redirecting it to the big, long, ugly Keller Williams link. Does that make sense, everybody? And if they change platforms, guess what? You don't have to notify 1,000 people because they go to tinahansenrealtor.com. So it's all this little stuff that can make the difference between making, you know, 400,000 a year or making 50,000 a year. At the core of this, you know, another hashtag for you, write this down, Tina. Sold by Tina Hansen. You're going to go back to all the posts that you've been making, sold, under contract. You're going to add that. And they say, hey, I want to be upfront with you, Tina. I'm interviewing a RE/MAX agent and a EXP agent. You're like, hey, you got to click with who you're working with. Let me just look up the hashtag sold by Tina Hansen and you'll see all the properties I've sold. And they're telling them we're not doing anything until we talk to Tina. All right. So I show you how to do all that in like 10 minutes the right way. But here's a list of pictures. If you want this list of pictures, just send me a text. Get your phones out, 407-790-1141. Just say pics. When I get out of this meeting, I'll send you this list. Okay? And this is I want everybody to take 30 to 50 lifestyle success pictures between now and let's say the 4th of July. So I'm giving you 2 weeks. Sarah, you're out there at a new construction house. They got it beautifully staged. Walk up to the flower vase, take some pics. I want you to grab a sold sign, putting it up in front of the Keller Williams sign, telling the story of being in real estate. Without, I'm a super duper producer that makes a ton of money. Does that make sense, everybody? So it's not this picture, it's this picture. So it's a combination of hyper local places that people would recognize, like going over to Turkey Point, getting your sign in front of the local fire truck. Tyler, we talk recruiting. This is Amina Basic. She's one of my students out of DC, runs a $1.3 billion McLean, Virginia office. She says, we get her on a coaching call. She's like, how can I use your branding strategies on the recruiting sides? I said, well, why would somebody want to work for you? She goes, we have a beautiful office. I go, what's beautiful about your office? She goes, we had a killer patio. I go, patio? Because nobody in DC has a patio. I go, get on your laptop, take a casual picture. The caption, if you could see it, says, listening to Gary Keller on this beautiful day, love our office patio. Tyler, 3 days later, putting up a picture of the office. She had 12 agents reach out and say, I want to come see the office. You got a beautiful office. We could emulate this. All right. This guy here sold $300 million out of Laguna Beach, California. He did a $12 million deal to an actor because he used the right hashtag. Most agents are using the wrong hashtags. They're using hashtag real estate. That's too broad. That's too general. You know, it's hashtag Lehigh real estate. It's hashtag Orem real estate. You know, where's your house at? That's what people are looking for. That's what people are following. This young agent out of Vegas. Again, these pictures, they look very authentic. They're all staged. And that's the goal with your pictures. So this is what's going to get you a lot of engagement. You don't have to buy content. You don't have to buy templates from other people. This is the kind of stuff that's going to work really well. If you tie in with a charity, make sure you promote it. Anybody got together with a power partner and done a live video interview? This is called authority video. Write this down on page 1. The 5 things you must master. Write it down next to video. I want everybody once a quarter to interview a power partner. My most successful students do this once a month. Who are my newer agents? My agents less than 5, who's so new they've never earned a house other than sold a house? What's your name, bud? All right, Franco. Franco? All right. So Franco, you're going to get together with a lender and you're going to interview him once a quarter. You're going to say, hey, this is Franco. I know a lot of people have questions about interest rates, buy downs, are adjustable rates set? I brought in an expert to talk. That guy's been in the business for 10 years. He's got 1,000 people that he's done business with. You're going to get your name in front of him and they're going to be saying, hey, I saw you with that Franco guy. Is he any good? And the deals are going to start to come your way. This strategy is so powerful. There's a lady named Krista Mashore that would charge you somewhere between $23,000 and $30,000. How do I know that? I had 2 of her students last week sign up for my program. I said, you're already paying her all that money. Why are you signing up for my program? She goes, because my friends in your program and said it's better. She says you teach that strategy plus everything else. I go, it's true. They go, I want to be really successful. I said, welcome to the program. So anyways, super powerful, but will you do it? I had a lady the other day, she says, I want to do that. She goes, I've been thinking about it. I go, how long have you been thinking about it? She goes, 3 years. Write this down, everybody. Goya, G-O-Y-A. Down in Florida, we have a big Hispanic community, and at the supermarkets, there's a whole section dedicated to beans and these Latin products. Goya. Do they sell Goya up here? Well, I'm not talking beans, everybody. You know what Goya is, right? Get off of your anatomy and go interview somebody, right? It doesn't do any good here. It's there. So anyways, we'll help you with the strategies. We'll help you with how to push buttons, how to get names up, how to broadcast. Here's your lifestyle picks. Right? Local landmarks. She's in Atlanta. Everybody knows 14th Street. Got her computer, got her branded coffee mug. Franco, no more promoting Yeti, bro. What's your last name? Preston? Franco Preston Realtor, right on that tumbler. I'm going to send you over to Etsy. It's going to cost you $23. $8, you're going to get a coffee mug. We're going to get that cap you're wearing. We're going to get branded with your handle on it. You're going to leave it on the dash of your truck, and that's just going to be something that's going to slip into the pics 2 or 3 times a month. And then people in your market get curious and they go follow your page. Does this make sense, everybody? Hey, who here has ever taken a picture with your client at the closing and the title rep stuck a sign in your hand or the loan officer, you're sitting there? You need your own sign with your name, your handle, and your phone number. And then that client's friend is saying, hey, I saw you were with her. Is she any good? Yeah, she's amazing. I think I'll list my house with her. And that's how this stuff works. So get your sign made, write that down, get your mug made, go shopping. I'll show you where to get all that stuff. But I want to take us past branding. Go to the second page. The one that says Facebook Personal and Facebook Business. On the left side, write down, connect with everybody. Might put asterisk 40 years plus. So your new intake question when you meet somebody, or going back to your old customers is, by the way, I noticed we're not connected on social. Are you more active on Facebook or Instagram? If they're over 40, it's most likely Facebook. If they're under 40, it may very well be Instagram. But just because you like one more than the other, that doesn't matter. You want to be where they're at. Does that make sense? Who here, veterans, who here is connected to at least 90% of the people you've done business with on social media? Okay, if you aren't, you're going to make 5 phone calls a day, check in, see what they're doing this summer, say hello. By the way, I noticed we're not connected. Let's connect. It's going to be to your advantages. It's going to make you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars over the next decade. So we're talking Facebook. A lot of times when I mention Facebook to a young group, Tyler, they'll raise their hand and they'll go, Coach Steve, Facebook's not cool. It's for old people. And my retort is always, you're correct. But who owns most of the real estate around here? People over 40 or people that are 22? There you go. So when your 14-year-old niece says, hey, you got to be on TikTok, you're going to be like, if I was selling lipstick or skateboards, yes. Now, don't hear me wrong. You can do business on TikTok. We have a module that teaches you it. I had 28-year-old Dakota who's doing really good with her TikTok, teach it to y'all. And we did a great job. We got incredible feedback. But you're going to attract a lot of renters. You're going to attract a lot of first-time buyers. So if that's your market, make a play on it. I think if we do our stuff on Facebook and Instagram, we're going to cover about 90% of this stuff. So Facebook, let's talk about it. There's 2 sides. On the left side, write down that's where you have friends. You can have up to 5,000 friends. If I had 5,000 pieces of paper here, I couldn't get to the piece of paper I want. So what you want to do this weekend is go through your friends and put them into what I call friends list, or what Facebook calls friends list. Think manila folder in the sky. Are they a client? Are they a prospect? Are they both? Are they a referral partner like an attorney or accountant? Are they another KW agent in the city? Are they another KW agent in California for referrals? And you start to be able to deliver the right message to the right person. It will come together when you invest a little time learning how to do that. When you're posting on your Facebook personal, what do you want to post? Write down, I want everybody in this room to try something that will work. I want everybody to post at least 5 times a week on your Facebook personal for the next 3 months. I'm going to get very active in the Facebook algorithm, so your stuff is going to get shown to more than 7% of people, which is the average. People think, well, I got 1,000 friends, I'll just put my listing on Facebook and I'll sell it. No, it's going to show it to about 70 of those people, and it's the same 70 all the time. Your mom, your sister, your husband, your best friend. It's not who we're trying to reach. You need different strategies. I'm not saying you can't be successful there, but you got to be connected to the right people, your neighbors, homeowners, etc. You don't have to go far for pictures that are going to get engagement. I was up here at Soldier Hollow, took a picture with my pup. I had almost 200 people engage with that. That's 200 people that know I'm alive, I'm out there. And if you're in your 50s, alive is the key word, right? But you're like, Steve, okay, I get it. I have posts that are popular, but are you making money with it? So here's what you do. Who's been through Bold? Can I see a raise of hands? Really? Only 4 of you been through Bold? Okay, write down, you guys got to go through Bold. Bold will change your mindset, right? You come into this business, you're scared to talk to people. You come out of it, you're like, boom, I can take on the world. But they're going to have you make 20 phone calls a day in Bold. People hate this because they're calling people, I don't know how I met you, take me off your list. I'm not interested in real estate. Don't do it that way. What you do, you put something interesting on Facebook that morning or the night before, then you come over here and you call the people that engaged with your stuff. Does that make better sense? They're not saying, who are you? They're saying, I love the picture of your dog. And then you talk about dogs, you talk about summer, and you talk about real estate. Does that make sense, everybody? Shake your head. If you're looking to make more money, let's do this 5 times a day, 4 days a week. Put something on social, commit to 5 phone calls a day, 4 days a week, you'll do a deal a week. I got brand new agents all around the world outselling 10-year veterans because they Goya and they do this. So this is Facebook personal. I call up Yvonne, my neighbor. Hey, how you been? At first I send her a message. I say, hey, what kind of dog you got? Or I say, have you ever been to Utah? She says, no, but I'd love to go. I go get, if you ever come, I'll give you my hot list. Loved it out here. Met some great people, saw some great scenery. She goes, I see. I go, there's something important I've been meaning to talk to you about. I've been meaning to call you. You know what she says? Franco, call me. I get her on the phone. How's life? Where's your next trip planned to? Well, by the way, the reason you've been on my mind, prices that are all-time high. You might have heard the prices are a little bit in flux because of rates. A lot of people are scared. She goes, I'm scared. I go, I think we're good. I think Utah's good. I think Texas is good. I think other parts of the country are going to feel it. Go, but I put together a 17-page, write this down, everybody, home equity analysis. It's the same thing that you call a CMA, but nobody wants your CMA. You know why? They don't know what a CMA is. When our students used to call it a CMA, 1 out of 10 would say, I want your CMA. We sat down in the war room. Why don't more people want it? It's valuable, it's free. I don't know. I don't think they know. I go, everybody knows what a CMA is. The 28-year-old gal goes, I didn't know before I started working with you. Let's change the name. We change it to home valuation. Work like a charm. 2 out of 10 are like, yes, I want it. We're like, why don't more people want it? 32-year-old guy says, Coach Steve, I think they could get it on Zillow. I go, it's different. They go, they think they could get it on Zillow. I go, let's change it again. And then we nailed it. Home equity evaluation, 17-page report. It'll tell you within $10,000 or $20,000 how much equity you're sitting on it. I want it. Who would rather make 10 phone calls and get 6 people saying yes instead of 1? Come on. Everybody should raise their hand. Work smarter, not harder, right? Now you got to qualify. What do you do with this? Well, great. Yvonne, I got two versions. One's for people making a move in the next 18 months. One's for people that just want the data. Which one should I shoot over? Well, Steve, I'm not sure, but if Tom gets the promotion, we're definitely going to be moving. I'll get you the one for people moving. In fact, I'm out your way 3 times a week. I'd love to stop by, see what you guys have done with the house. Is it better to stop by on the weekdays or the weekends? This is sales, people, and you got to learn how to do it. And my students, like I say, they're coachable and action takers that are doing this, are doing a deal a week. But they're in it to win it. Who's in it to win it? Could I see a raise of hands? Who's coachable? Could I see a raise of hands? Who's an action taker? About half of you. All right. All right, let's go on the right side. So you're going to connect up with everybody. You're going to put up stuff about issues other than real estate. And then when you do real estate, you're going to tell your story about being in real estate. Franco, you know, you go out there, get one of these lifestyle pics saying, love my new career in real estate, previewing some gorgeous properties or really some great opportunities out here. You got 50 friends jumping in. Good luck. Congratulations. Didn't know you're in real estate. Where's that property at? Good things are going to happen. Right side of the page, all of you need a business page. Here's your goal with your business page. A, make it look terrific. I showed you some terrific ones. We're going to give you the templates to make your stuff look great. So it doesn't take you 3 hours. It takes you 10 minutes if you're slow, 6 minutes if you're fast. Second thing, here's my favorite template we'll give you for the ladies. I love this one. Again, brand new agent. Does she look like a brand new agent? No, she's got that check. She's talking to her neighbor. Her neighbor calls her husband, says, honey, interviewed a few agents. I really think we should go with Michelle. He goes, what's her name? Last name. He Googles her. He works at Delta. He's a LinkedIn guy, corporate guy. He sees 5 things there. He gravitates over here. He looks at this, says, honey, she looks terrific. That's her LinkedIn profile. 10 minutes if you're slow, 6 minutes if you're fast. Do this in the next 30 days, if not the next 3 days, okay? I'll give you the templates, boxes checked. Then what you want to do, you want to grow your audience. I'll pull up Janie because she's done both of the next 2 things very well. So this is Janie out in Dallas. Again, her cover tells me who she is, what she does, where she does it, brought her logo into play. If you can't see the screen, she's got 1,500 likes on her business page. Who's got more than 1,500 followers on their business page? So she wins. She goes up on a listing appointment against you. She says, the guy you're talking to is a nice guy, but he's only got 90 followers. I got 1,500. Homeowner says, what does that matter to me? Your house can sell for $590 or it could sell for $560 depending on how much visibility we get. And even the rocket engineer says that makes sense. This could be a competitive advantage. Is it also an advantage for her to stay in touch with people over time? All she has to do is run a Facebook ad for 20 bucks. She could reach all 1,500 people. What would it cost you to mail to 1,500 people? At least $750? And who would agree more people are going to see it in the news feed than mailbox? Your open rate's about 10% in the mailbox if you're lucky. Okay. So I don't want to overwhelm you with this stuff, but just get going in this direction. And then the last thing, so grow your following to 1,000 people by the end of the year. And I want everybody to go out there and get at least 10 reviews on your business page. And I'm fully aware you get reviews on Realtor.com, you got them on Google. I have strategies to bring those over to other sites so you're omnipresent. But the reality is people are going to research you and you want to be 5-star, not 0-star. Okay, so let's move past. And then what are you going to post on your business page? Write down 2 things. You're going to put up stuff about what's happening in real estate, and you're going to put up stuff that's happening in your hyper local area. What market do you serve? What part of town is your favorite to sell in? So like Orem, Jordan, Sandy. I'm not from here yet. So the people, let's say in Orem, they care about what's happening in Orem. People in American Fork. They might care about the Strawberry Festival this week, and they might care about the rodeo. So are you posting content that those people would really engage with? Because that's what's going to make them go, oh, what are the hours? When's the rodeo? Do you know when they're doing the kids thing where they get in the water, and you're going to create conversations about stuff other than real estate, but this is good stuff to put on your business page. Does that make sense, everybody? And then the other thing is real estate information. So if you don't do anything else I'm talking to you about, first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about the next 12 months. I want you to set up a social media calendar. I'll give you one if you move forward with me. We usually sell it for $200 a year. I'll give it to you for the next 3 years. But this is what it would look like. And then maybe you customize it. Now, if you don't move forward with me, do this anyways. It's going to take you about 10 hours. It's not fun to sit there and fill out your calendar on Google Calendar, iCal, Yahoo, whatever. But you got to have it so that you don't miss opportunities like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, Strawberry Fest. And then if you don't do all this stuff, do this. Write this down. First Wednesday of the month. If that's the day your dog has yoga, we could do it the first Thursday of the month. I'm cool. Just same bat time, same bat channel. Who's old enough to remember that? Same bat time, same bat channel. 4 of you? Okay. But pick a time and stick with it. So that what we say first Wednesday of the month, you do a monthly market update, 3 versions. Write this down, A, B, C. A, you're going to do a simple post, but the post is going to look very similar each month. So it might be this one. We give you a variety of templates. This is my favorite. Have your picture on it, have the market stats, have your Keller Williams logo, and your phone number. Okay, every month. Second thing you do, according to the calendar, you do a live video on your business page. If you're going to do a live video, you want this to be about 10 or 15 minutes. Young people look at me like I would never watch that. I go, I know, this isn't for you. This is for your parents. This is for a guy like me. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to watch it, I'm going to get deep into it. And I want you to go slow, not too fast. So you're going to say, hey, this is what's happening in the market, and this is how our prices have ticked up three months in a row. A lot of people are saying there's never been a better time to buy a house in the last 5 years. I always like to talk about the 3 best opportunities I'm seeing out there for you deal seekers. And I always like to talk about some of the new construction that's happening, including what's happening at the Point. And you do that you do it in August, you do it in September, you do it in October. If you choose not to do it in November, they're messaging you going, where's the show? You're going to grow an audience. And then you're going to do a 90-second or less version. And when I say 90 seconds or less, I'm thinking more like 40 seconds. So let me show you what that might look like. There's a gal right here in Lehigh.
Market throughout the month of July. Our average sales price has slightly decreased from the month before, bringing it to $608,000. The highest price home that sold in Utah County for the month of July was.
All right, got it? So where am I getting that? There, okay. So do those things every month. You're going to be successful. You're going to buy mind share, and you're going to be their go-to when they see a property. Hey, I saw a property online. What's your opinion, Franco? Does that make sense, everybody? Who sees some potential in what we're talking about here? All right? This isn't Mark at the water cooler who's never sold a house telling you how to do things. I coach the top people in the world. But none of this matters if you don't have the right attitude. But go to the Instagram page. Go about 8 more minutes. Write down on Instagram your 3 goals with Instagram that we're going to cover today. Write down number 1. I want everybody to go through, and I want you to have 1 account set up as a creator account. Now, if you're 22, you've been on Instagram since you were 9, you get a hall pass, you could have 2 accounts. 1 for your young crazy friends, then 1 that's given this more of a professional image. Everybody else that's domesticated, over 28, 1 account, set up write it down as a creator account. That's going to give you the most options, no disadvantages. You might as well go the best way. Second thing, you want a killer bio. When I look at your bio, I want your hashtag. I want Keller Williams, leverage the brand. I want your phone number. I want your email address, and I want a link to that domain name that you bought for your website. The other option there is to use a link tree, okay, like a splash page. And the third thing is I want you to make sure you get your highlighted story covers together. So that when you have your listings and a 35-year-old buyer is checking you out and they see all your listings, and then when that sells, it becomes part of your solds. So we're going to give you those circles so you could go home tonight, upload those, and you will have those in place. Then your job is to go populate them. Are you guys getting some good ideas? Yeah, you're really quiet. Okay. All right, so you're going to get those little circles set up, the highlighted story covers. You're going to have a killer bio. Elizabeth, you have an option with the program, either just to do the program or do it with a coaching call where we do a social media audit with me. And so I did that with her, and she's like, our stuff looks good. I go, I like it the way it looks. I go, now I need you to populate it. So she went back to all those properties she sold and she added them as highlighted stories. So now 35-year-old buyers that are researching her or sellers can look at this and say, oh, wow, honey, she sold a lot of houses. Your friend hasn't even sold a house. We got to go with Elizabeth. We're not going with your friend. Does that make sense, everybody? So that's what you do with those circles. Now we're at reels. Everybody stand up if you would, please. Stand up. I'm going to do a quick survey. So stretch out. We're almost done. So if you do not have an Instagram account, please have a seat. Okay, so if you just sat down, thank you for your honesty. Let's get it set up in the next 14 days. Let's have at least 12 pictures there, a killer bio. So of those of you that are still standing, if you do not have at least 12 pictures up there, a lot of times I look at realtors and they got 3 pictures. I'm like, why do you only have 3 pictures? They go, I don't really use it. I go, well, guess what? The KW agent that's researching you from California is going to see that and they're going to go right by you. So if you don't have at least 12 pictures up there, please have a seat. So that's really easy. 4 lifestyle pictures, 4 pictures of houses, and 4 pictures of the valley and your animals. You're good. That can happen by the weekend. So those of you that are still standing, if you don't post at least 3 times a week to your grid, hopefully do a daily story, maybe 4 times a week, please have a seat. Okay, for whatever reason, some of you are not as consistent as you should. So if you put up a lifestyle pic, you put up a picture of an activity like visiting the Strawberry Fest, and maybe a picture of a house, we'd have our 3 a week. So let's focus on that. Maybe you're a TikTok person, maybe you're a Facebook person, and you're just not using your Instagram as much. The algorithm on Instagram is very dependent on how often you post. And I just gave you the formula for the next 3 months, 3 times a week, at least 4 stories a week. So those of you that are still standing, if you don't do at least 2, hopefully 3 reels a week, please have a seat. Okay, so those of you that sat down, you know what you got to do. You got to focus on reels. So write this down. And those of you that are still standing, let's give these folks a hand. All right. So just really quick, reels. So on the social media calendar, we give the students, we tell you to do at least 2. So I want everybody every month, write down, to do 5 talking, 5 non-talking reels that your niche cares about. Tyler, you talk about what it takes to become a real estate agent, characteristics of success, right? All that kind of stuff. All right, everybody else, you know, if you're dealing with first-time buyers, let's put up stuff about how much down payment do they need, things that they can negotiate. What are home prices in the various parts of the areas that you serve? So let me take you just quick demo, something like this. So I showed you her. I'll stick with her just because we're short on time. So this would be an example of a talking video. Hold on.
How long does the home buying process take? So from the time that you go under contract on your home to when you can close on your new home.
Got it? So I give you a list of topics. You go, also a list of accounts to follow. You go see what they're doing. You do the same thing. Now, what's cool is you can go over here and you could copy maybe what she's saying. What's not cool is copying the caption. Who's used ChatGPT? All right, so those of you that are not using ChatGPT, you are losing 3 to 5 hours a week doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, like responding to emails, writing MLS descriptions. So what you'd want to do to learn how to do this, we have a great module on the prompts that you use as a realtor to get the results you want. Let me show you a couple things with ChatGPT and we'll wrap this up. So I'm going to open up ChatGPT. It's free. I recommend the 3.0 at the current time. If you have an iPhone, you could download the free app, not one of those apps you're trying to charge you $10 a month. I come over here and I say, rewrite that caption that she had with emojis and hashtags. And it kicks out this. So I teach you to sit down for about an hour, schedule your content through Meta Calendar, free tool that will get you the most exposure. And in an hour, you've got consistency in your marketing. Here's what you do if you take a listing, everybody. First thing you do, you got to get an MLS description together. So you're going to go over to ChatGPT and you're going to say, write an MLS description for a 3,245 square foot house with a view of the Wasatch Mountains that's traditional. And look at what it does. I just gave you 45 minutes of your life back. Always look at it. It may say walk to the shopping. You want to change that to walking distance. Might not be hipped up, but it's going to do it better than my virtual assistant in the Philippines used to be able to do it. Second thing you're going to do is you need to go ahead and promote that property in this market. So write down, I want everybody to get at least 10 vertical pictures and at least 7 video clips while you're at the house taking the listing. Okay, now you have it on your phone, and I'm gonna, for those of you that registered today, I'm gonna send you a list of my favorite templates that you can use. You can get these in the members area. And let me show you what those are gonna do for you. So once you have these in on your phone, and here's how my coding works, because I do business with people all over the country. If it says edgy, urban, that's more like rap music. If it says classy, upbeat, that's non-edgy. So pick your audience, but a safe one is classy, upbeat too. You would come over here on your phone. It would say use template. You'd upload your 7 pictures or video clips, and you would have this. I teach you how to put your phone number, DM or text me, and something like that. Like that one there, got almost 100,000 views, 13,000 likes. So I'm running out of time, but I want you to go to first page, and I want you to grade yourself on a scale of 2 to 9. How are you doing at each thing I talked about? 2 means, Steve, I don't have an Instagram, but I learned some things today, or I've never done a reel. 5 means I'm doing it, but I'm definitely not selling 4 to 12 homes a month. 9 means you are, and you could be teaching this class. So how are you doing at branding, video marketing, social media, specifically Facebook and Instagram? And the last thing is sales skills. I gave you some scripts. I'll give you one more here. Write down these 4 words. Write down the next step is. Everybody write down the next step is. When you're showing a house, do not ask people what they think. Instead, say, what'd you like most about it? They say, I love the view. You say, other than that, I love the open kitchen. You say, it sounds like we're on the right track. They go, it's the best house we've seen. Light does not get any greener, people. It's your job. It's your income depends on it. You say to them, if you like it, the next step is you want to write a full price offer, maybe come in above asking, make sure we get it, and then shut up. They look at you and they say, I like it, but I think it's overpriced. I like it, but I want to wait and see what happens with the market. That's an objection. Here's how you deal with objections. Write down 1, 2, 3. First thing you do when you hear an objection. Write down you empathize with it. Who do you think's better at empathizing, men or women? Better believe it. So guys, get in touch with your feminine side. Don't quit trying. When somebody gives you an objection, don't try to sell them. Don't say, I'll run the comps. You just look at them, you say, hey, I appreciate you being upfront. I understand where you're coming from. Second thing you do, you question it. So you're showing me a house. I say, I like it, but it's overpriced. Franco, you say, hey, Steve, if the next step is you want to write a full price offer, maybe come in above asking, make sure we get it. I go, dude, I think it's overpriced. You say, I appreciate you being upfront. How much do you feel it is? I said, I don't know, 25 grand. Now, what do you got to do? You got to bring trust and you got to keep momentum going. Write this phrase down. If I'm understanding you correctly. So Franco, you say to me, if I'm understanding you correctly, you like the house, and if it was 25,000 less, you'd consider it. I go, dude, I'd probably buy it. He says the next step is let's write an offer you're comfortable with. You want to come in at 575, or maybe we come in at 570, work our way up. I'm thinking more like 550. Don't argue. You say if they accepted it, would you want your closing on the 1st or the 15th? Standard in this area is ask for a 5-day inspection. I always ask for 10. It gives us more time to poke around and keeps our options open. I go, I love the way you're thinking. Let's do that. And Franco, you're on your way to making a commission, because I will tell you, if you almost sell a house, you almost get paid. And a veteran would tell you the same thing. You got to know how to sell. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. The last thing is the most important thing, and that's your attitude. So give yourself scores on the front page. And who here thinks they'd be making more money if they were really good at this stuff? Could I see a raise of hands? I know you would sell an extra 6 to 24 homes a year if you were just doing a third of what I talked about. But none of it matters if your attitude's not right. So go to the 4th page. It says 59 minutes to terrific. And if you read Morning Miracle, this is very similar. That kid was born the year I started teaching this. So first thing you do tomorrow, number 1, positive affirmation. Everybody stand up if you would. I want to program you for success. And then we're going to take 8 of you into our program at 90% off. You're going to be my next success story. You're going to be the one I'm showing on the screen this time next year. So everybody with confidence and belief, say this year will be my best ever. Come on, like you mean it. Say if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Most important words in life are these, right? Say these 3 words. I am responsible. Say social media is easy. Say I'm amazingly consistent. Say I'm a video king or queen. Say I'm a closing machine. All right, have a seat. All right, so start your day with something positive. Number 2, drink more water. I'll be doing 4 of these presentations today. I'm 56 years old. I got more energy than 28-year-olds. I start my day with water. Number 3, you start it with exercise. So tomorrow morning, 15-minute walk in your neighborhood. You might meet some homeowners. If you live in a bad neighborhood, just walk fast, but get on out there. Number 4, feed your mind something good. I was just interviewed in a podcast. They go, what's one thing a realtor could do? I go, quit watching the news. They go, why? I go, because they're going to get programmed that it's bad when it's actually good. Real estate, the best investment on earth. Number 5, gratitude journal. Keep one. Teach your kids to do it. Teach your grandkids to do it. Change your family's destiny for generations. 1%, grow, grow, grow. When I sat down with Gary Keller 20 years ago, he said, Steve, we're really a real estate company that happens to be, we're an education company that happens to be in real estate. He goes, that share's worth less next year. My people are worth more. You made the right choice by coming here, new agents, and you use all the tools, and then you look for outside things like I have. 444, write down, first of all, 4 books. I'd like everybody to read at least 4 books this year. And if you haven't read Gary Keller's Millionaire Agent or Shift, you need to. He's a little early with Shift, but it's exactly what's going on now. Second 4, audiobooks, podcast. Gary's podcast would be at the top of my list. And the last 4, learning programs. I mentioned Bold. I do family reunion, not only for the information, but the contacts. I would go ahead and look for an outside thing like I do on social media. If you did that, you'd be really successful. And 3% self-development budget. You know, if you're going to make $200,000, you got a $6,000 budget for education. You got a 7% marketing budget. So you're really working off of 180 instead of 200, but that's tax deductible for you. Think like a business person. Most agents don't. They get a commission, they go on vacation. They get a commission, they go to the outlet mall. Don't do that. Have budgets. ROI. What's ROI? Better believe it. Upper right-hand corner where it says areas to improve. I usually have you fill this out. I'm going to help you. Write down, set up a digital social media calendar in the next 14 days. Again, those of you that move forward with me, I'm going to include it as a bonus. So it'll take you 10 seconds and then maybe 30 minutes to customize. Put the balloon fest, put Sundance on it. Second 4, audiobooks, podcast, learning program. I'm sorry. Second thing, revamp your profiles over the next 30 days. make everything look good like I talked about, not only for the human eye, but the algorithm. And the last thing, do your first 5 videos where you're talking, and I'll show you some non-talking ones. And here we are. Either you're going to get good at this and make a lot of money, or you're going to stay where you're at. Up on the screen, it says, if you don't improve, it's 250,000. That's the wrong number. Don't write that down. I wrote that for Dallas, Texas. Average purchase price, 275. Average purchase price, Utah County, 550 plus. So that's 500,000 if you don't get good at this. And my program's not 500,000. It's 25 bucks a month if you do it today. All right. I don't do it that way because I give you all the training up front, but I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to invite you all to join me. I apologize in advance. I can't take everybody. If you're online, you're going to need to text me at the number I gave you. But what I need is I need about 3 hours a month. We do a live masterclass. Write down it's the second Monday of the month via Zoom. So I did it yesterday. You'll have that recording when you miss a live class. And then maybe do one other class, like how to do Reels or how to do ChatGPT or how to hold a virtual open house. So you're broadcasting to California and Idaho and Utah, not just waiting for 6 local people to walk in. All right. So if you did 2 modules a month, a live class and another one, you'd get really, really good results. The money is $5,000 for 2 years. Okay. That's for your friends. Once you get really good, here's what's going to happen. People are going to be like, I really like your stuff. You go, well, you should talk to Coach Steve. He has a great program. They go, how much is it? You go, it's about $5,000 for 2 years. They say, that sounds good. Most of the other ones are like 30 grand. But here's what I have for you. Everybody go to the next page. You get everything on this sheet. You get the whole $5,000 program for $599. That's not per year. That's not per month. That's total. As I mentioned, 24 months, that's 25 bucks a month. So you get all the master classes we have in the members area, ChatGPT, 4 modules on Instagram, and how to do the deep dive into Reels, where I interviewed the gal from Lehigh. You're going to get how to use the templates. You're going to be in our private Facebook group where you can ask questions and get mentoring. You're going to get those Canva templates, both for your covers, the circles, the posts. And you're also going to get that social media calendar this year, next year, and the year after. So it's normally $5,000. It's the best value on the planet at that price. First 8 people to sign up today, it's a total of $599. If you're struggling financially, I want you more than ever. So I break it up into 6 installments of $99.84. You'd have everything you need today to get rolling and make a sale in the next 30 to 60 days. If $99.84 a month is too much for you to bite off, we could break it up into 8 installments of about $75 a month. The most we do is 10 installments of 60 bucks. And if you can't afford that, you need to have a garage sale, because this is not a lot of money. This is, are you committed to success? Who got something out of today? Could I see a raise of hands? Who thinks if they had access to this training, these templates, these tools, they'd sell at least 1 more house? Could I see a raise of hands? I will guarantee it. If you do your monthly market update, you interview a local business owner once a month, you do that for a year and you don't sell a house, I'll write you a check for twice what you pay. I offer that guarantee for people that pay me $5,000. I'm more than happy to offer it at this price. So here's the real question. Who's thinking about moving forward, being my next success story? Could I see a raise of hands? You're already doing good in the back. What's your name? Nicole. I love working with people that are doing good. And they're like, Steve, I know I'm doing good, but I want to go to the next level. Why are you doing it? Yeah. If it's 5,000, you're like, what if it doesn't work? When you got something in front of you that's 50 cents a day, that's tax deductible, it's a no-brainer. Let me see a raise of hands. Who's definitely thinking about doing it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So fill those out. The order form's on the back. Anybody that registers in the next 10 minutes, I'll just take a few from the next group I'm going to see, so you'll get the discount. You have 3 days to cancel this in case you need to talk to your spouse, look at your budgets. No problem. If it's not for you, just send me a text by Friday. I'm going to send all of you that turn your forms in an email and a text. Save me under Coach Steve. Part of the program is when you have questions, when you get stuck, you're doing your logo, you're renaming stuff, you just text me. I'm your compass for the next 2 years. Give me an applause or I keep talking. Bring those up to me. I'll get you set up. And if you're online, the form is there. Just text me at 407-790-1141 if you need installs. Otherwise, go to the website successadvice.com if you're going to do the paid in full version. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. And I do apologize. I need to leave in the next 8 minutes to go to another appointment. So go grab your credit cards. Tyler, thanks for having me. And what I recommend is an accountability group. So you guys get together amongst yourselves last week of the month and hold each other accountable. Hey, I found a good photographer. This is the button you press. Is there somebody in the room that wants to lead the accountability group? You could? Okay, so what's your name? So Tammy's going to lead the accountability group. I'm going to get her everybody's emails that sign up, and you could get that last week of the month, Tammy. Turn these in. Thank you. Yeah, I'll hold a spot for you. Tammy's going to have the accountability group the last week of the month. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you as well.
Awesome. Look forward to helping you. Good. So I'm going to get your email to Tammy. She's going to set up a little group where you guys can meet once a month. Yeah, write it down if you would. I'm the only human on the planet that touches it. How long have you been in real estate?
3 years.
Awesome. Cool. I've got ladymartinez.re. Oh, Tim. You can use a personal email or you could use your KW, whatever you check the most. Thank you. I'll be emailing you. I'll text you. Save me under Coach Steve. If you ever have any questions, need help, don't go to customer service. You send me a text. I'll get you the help you need. So do it today to get the discount, but you can cancel it up to Friday. So let's say you want to do it. You got to talk to your spouse. You could even write, don't charge me till Friday. I could get you activated so you can show them and you guys can talk about it. But the only way you get the discounts, fill it out today. Yeah, Michael, you're all set. I'll break it up. Yeah. Also, if anybody wants to add on that one-on-one strategy call, it's normally $750 for 90 minutes via Zoom. I record it. You could have your assistant there. We offer it as part of this package for $500. So if you're doing the best package, it's $1,099. If you're doing the core program, it's $599. If you can afford it, I highly recommend doing the one-on-one. So we've got Chris, Michael, Tammy, Lady, Megan. What's your name? All right, Caitlin. Okay, lady in pink. What's your name? Janet. So it's $599 without the one-on-one. It's $1,099 with the one-on-one. I always recommend the one-on-one if you could afford it. Yeah. That's an hour on 90 minutes on Zoom, 60 to 90 minutes. You fill out the form, you tell me, this is what I have going on. This is what my niche is. If you don't know your niche, I'm going to help you find it. If you've got an assistant or somebody on the team, they can be with us. It's going to be recorded so they can watch it later. And then I give you a checklist of about 5 to 15 things that you need to specifically do.
Like, that's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I want to do it, but I just.
It's all of that. Yeah. Like I got a guy today, he's like, Steve, I got 20 reels. I don't know whether they're to put better here or there. I started this page. What should I do? So we're going to be like figuring all that out together. Mess. Yeah.
And this gal that's doing that for us, she's doing class today, and I was gonna go to it.
Yeah.
But like, well, maybe I'm not even gonna worry about her class. I'm just. So
Well, I'm the right guy for real estate agents.
have the niche of that which.
Yeah, I have my eyeballs on the back, on their ad centers. I know what works. I know what doesn't. Yeah, $1,099 it would be. And if you need installments on the one with the coaching, we could break that up, but most people just throw it on a credit card. And so I'll send you the link. You'll schedule it. Let's do your call before July. So that'll give you time maybe just to log in, get comfortable, and then maybe we talk next week or the week after. And that gives you some time this summer to kind of work on things.
I just got back for 2 months. That's like my big focus is June, July, or my
You're at the campfire, you're in the passenger seat, let's work on the business instead of in it. Where were you in Florida? Okay, cool. You have family there? Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't give myself grace, and I was like, down. So I went out, now I'm just.
You make it to St. Augustine? Isn't that awesome? All right. Yeah. So Tammy's going to be leading the accountability group. And then you guys are both doing coaching calls. Like I told her, let's do your call in the next 2 weeks. That'll get you started, answer any questions you have about the program, and give you the roadmap for success. Right. And be accountability partners. Hold each other. Hey, to get your pictures together and make sure you know each other. Awesome. So I'll get you the list, but we got Janet, we got Tammy, we got Becky, Caitlin, Megan, Lady, Tammy, Michael, Chris. You're Tammy, right? Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, but I'm 56 and I do forget things.
Yeah, nope, that's for the wrong Tammy.
Oh,
There's
I'm
two
glad
of
you
them.
asked.
Good thing I asked that. 'cause
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. I think
Right.
it's the second to the bottom.
Okay, let's. Yes, Janet,
I lied.
Tammy,
There.
there you go. Accountability. Okay. Awesome.
Awesome, thank
Look forward to helping you. Tyler, thank you so much. Got a lot of great feedback from them.